What's up, everybody? Thank you for checking out this week's Weekly. As you may or may not know, we've been walking through a series called Christ, My Passion. And last week we finished up the series where we were talking about what does it look like to pursue Christ just naturally, not out of obligation or religiousness, but just to naturally want to desire God. See, last week we spoke out of Exodus chapter 33, and we see the story of Moses, and God essentially tells Moses, "You found favor with me, so the thing that you ask, I'll do." And Moses' response to God is this: "I want to see your glory." Which, the thing is, it's really crazy because if you look at the life of Moses up until this point, he's already been spared as an infant. He's already heard God speak to him through a burning bush in the middle of the desert. You've seen the plagues happen through the hand of Moses, and Moses actively a part of all these things. You see Moses lead people out of Egypt, and he gets to the Red Sea, and God parts the Red Sea for them to walk through on dry ground. God saves them over and over again. You see God's hand in supernatural mighty ways over and over again. And yet, in chapter 33, we still see Moses saying, "God, I want to see your glory. I want to see more of you. I want to know who you are more than I did yesterday." There's something inside of us when we begin to understand the person of Jesus, when we begin to understand who God is and his goodness, it will naturally motivate us in our hearts to just desire more and more of him. There's three ways that we can pursue God in an everyday sort of way, and that's: one is prayer, just us communicating with God. Two is through the scripture. Jesus says in John chapter 15, verse 11, he says, "The things that I have spoken to you, so that my joy may be in you and your joy may be full." See, God has already given us his word so that we can have joy and know him, who he is. And the third thing is our worship. When we just lift him up in our hearts and in our songs, whatever it looks like, we get closer to him as we worship him. See, I would encourage you this week, get to know the person of God through one of these three ways. And as you do, you'll naturally desire to know him more, to see his glory more in your life. And you'll begin to thank him and worship him for the things that he's done in you. Thank you for checking out this week's Weekly, and I hope you get to stop by City Lakes Church sometime here soon, here in Scranton. Thanks so much.